Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Let's see, how does this sound? Decent microphone, I guess. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Just waiting for any other people to come by. Out of all my streaming sites, I only have 2 viewers so far. But we'll have what we get. See, how long do I wait? Maybe till 9:40 here. That's about 4 minutes left. Let's see, what's this? Okay, that's done. Oh, that is done. Hope more people come by, cause I hardly do this often, and I would like to do it more often, so it's like no one sees my notifications. Oh well. Got 2 minutes left. Hey there. How you guys doing? I finally got the microphone, so I'm really glad about that. Wasn't that much on Amazon, so 'cause I'm a real cheapskate. So anything goes for now, but this one is actually pretty decent, I've heard. So 1 more minute. Good. It's a bit laggy. I just barely saw your comment, Jonathan, just right there. This is pretty cool. I can see everyone chatting in all my different streaming sites. Yeah, there's a delay. Just saw your comment right there right now. It's a bit of a delay, but oh, Kai, you hear everything as it is right now? Huh, I guess it works differently in different places. I'm not sure. Well, it's 9:40. Well, this will be saved when it's done. Everyone can see the stream and rewind to the beginning. So I guess we'll get started. So I feel like I need to do more illustrations for my store, my Redbubble store, and I was thinking if maybe you guys can give suggestions, maybe some fan art of illustrations I can do. What do you guys think? Let's see, maybe since you guys are early too, I could give you a little bit of a lesson of how I color too, because I'm not only gonna use I'm gonna use Photoshop too. I just use Paint Tool Sai for my rough drafts and everything, because it's such a small program. It can do my sketches pretty fast. It's not what's it called? It's not as demanding for RAM as Photoshop is. I just use Photoshop for the more elaborate brushes they got there. So that's why we're starting here in Paint Tool Sai first. If you're wondering what the noise is, I'm opening a banana. I just had a small breakfast, so I need to eat more fruits again, so. So what do you guys think? Have any suggestions? Probably share some. Maybe for now I'll just do some random doodles and see if anyone else comes over. Oh, I have white. I don't like that crayon. So you just got 3 viewers right now. So any suggestions? I'm just kind of doodling here. Alright, so what would you like to learn then? Cause you guys, I only have 3 viewers right now, so I might as well take advantage. Foreshortening? I'm even I myself am working on that. I guess I can give a very condensed version of how to do that, because I do know, but it's just like I'm trying to get used to it too. I don't know. Drawing faces. So then what do you guys suggest? Tell me. I don't know what you guys want. To see Python Blue, how much is a few hours? I'd be willing to stay probably until 12. Depending on the circumstances. Yes, I do still want something to draw, please. That character? Let me see if I can find him right now. I know it's one of John K's characters. It was a show that John K wanted to pitch way back. There's a video on YouTube of them working on it, but I guess they halted it. I don't know much about it, but there is footage of it in YouTube. Let me see what I can interpret from this. Let me make a new... Trying to figure out this shape from what I'm looking at. The concept looks pretty retro-futuristic too, from what I see, but... Oh my gosh, Python, you don't have to. It's really sweet though. I appreciate it, Python. Let me put this a little bit lower. Where's my crayon? Okay. I'm like trying to get this character right. I'm glad. Let me see, let me clean it up. Well, you're the only one in Twitch, Python, but yeah, well, I'll see you later then. That's fine. It's so boring here. Okay, let's clean it up a bit. Guess I'll use ink pen. It was too close. Let me make him a little bit bigger. Are any of you guys paint tool SAI users? know? You guys should try it. I'm gonna try to make it thicker. You should try it. It's actually really good. How do I explain how it is? Well, for sure it's not as heavy as Photoshop. Photoshop is super heavy. I use Paint Tool Sai a lot for mainly sketching and line art, because the stabilizer or smoothing here, you set it to how you want it. 0 being like the most free, but also the most prone to getting jagged lines. No, I'm still using. It is super quick when you go to 0, but when you put, say, S3, kind of slows down for you. It's like there's a pull rope there, and it really smooths out your lines. Almost close there. Plus my arm is really unsteady. That's why I go really sketchy with my sketches. Everyone should be using Sai. And my computer should be notifying me of any comments, because I'm just drawing off. And I want to see what you guys are saying too. I'll put that on the side. What is CSP? Clip Studio Paint. I keep hearing about that one too, but never really got to it. Also, how's the microphones for the rest of you guys? Let's see. Do I watch any Russian animated films? No, I don't. Sorry. If you got any questions for me, you can ask them here too. Let me see. Why is the sky blue? I'm not sure. Sorry, I still feel a little bit drowsy. Actually, I don't know much about it. About John K's new studio. As far as I know, he's still setting it up. I'm still talking to him. He's assigned me to do sketches and drawings of his Heartaches characters. So that's all that's going on right now. I'm still not sure if he's still working on the studio. He probably is, if he made it as hyped as it was on Facebook and Twitter and everything. So, but yeah, I haven't heard much about it myself too. As far as I know, he's probably still working on it and trying to get things up and running. So, yeah. I don't know if he's talking to other artists as well. Yes, I'm actually talking with him. We've been emailing for some time now. He liked my what's it called? My Heartaches sketches that I posted on Instagram and everywhere. The most recent ones I've done. And he really liked them. His only critique was that they looked a bit too skinny. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, he's right. Because I compare with his actual model sheets, and I did make them a bit too skinny. But I'll keep working on them. Probably after I'm done with this stream, I'll keep doing more. But yes, I've been talking with them. I'm not sure if any of you guys noticed, but he started talking to me because of some fan art I put up on Twitter. Some fan art I put up on Twitter of Ren Hoek, and I tagged him asking him, like, what do you think? Like, I'd be honored if you loved or hated it, as long as you like reply to me or something like that. And he actually replied back to me like after how many months? About 2 to 3 months after. because I guess he doesn't go to Twitter all that much. And he replied to me, "I like him." And then almost immediately after that comment, he just started messaging me on Twitter. And so that was what led to no, the fan art was some Renhoic sketches that I did. Just I don't remember if I put them up. I didn't put them up on Instagram. I keep forgetting to. They're on Twitter. I put them on my personal Facebook, but I've abandoned that already. But it wasn't the child of Ren and Stimpy. It was just Ren, just a bunch of sketches of his poses and expressions, and he really liked them. That's what led to him messaging me personally on Twitter, and then we moved on to email because I thought it'd be much simpler to talk there. So I know his email and everything, but of course I'm not giving that out at all. Not ever. But yeah, we've been talking. He's pretty cool. I also chatted with him on the phone once as well. He gave me a bit of a rundown of what's going on and everything. So, and he's really cool. Like, I even told him on the phone, like, he just asked me, "Oh, how are you doing?" And I told him I'm nervous. And he's like, "You nervous? Don't be." And I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, my heart was beating the whole entire time. Cause he's someone I've admired since high school. Cause I know I watched Ren and Stimpy ever since I was a little kid. You know, right when they aired Ren and Stimpy in Nickelodeon, long time ago. That was also the same time when my parents didn't let me watch the Powerpuff Girls because it was too violent, but yet it was okay for me to watch. It was okay for me to watch Ren and Stimpy though. But I rewatched it again in high school because I was thinking, oh, like there was this show I remember watching back then. And I started watching it, and I just fell in love with it. And I'm pretty sure if you guys know me from, if you started knowing me from DeviantArt, you knew that I had a really huge Ren and Stimpy phase around my senior year of high school. That was 2012, 2013, somewhere around there, I guess. Did a lot of fan art there. And that was what made me kind of remember how to draw Ren now, a few months ago, because I used to do it all the time. And because of that piece of fan art, it got John K to start getting interested in me and everything. So yeah, I'm still pretty speechless myself about that whole thing. My fiance John is really, how do you say, he's really envious of me now, but in a good way. Now he wishes to talk with him too. So yeah. I never seen Invader Zim. I'm like an animation normie. I'm not a normie with memes, but when it comes to animation, there's a whole lot of shows I've never seen. Oh, and you're welcome, Jonathan. I'm sorry I didn't have like a much elaborate answer, cause I myself don't know much about what's going on. I have a few guesses, but for sure he's wanting to have the studio in Florida, but we're gonna have to wait and see. It will probably take a bit of a while for it to happen. But yeah. What are you here for? I'm back. Hey Corbin. What am I drawing? Here, let me see. I was drawing John K's Atomic Pig right now. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I have a small crowd, but it's fun. It's getting fun. I was just telling my story about how I started speaking to John K and everything. And what do you mean, Dynamite Man EXE? About they'll hang you for not even knowing a thing they know. What do you mean by that? I need context. I need some of that context. Here, I've been talking. I need to keep drawing or cleaning up. Yeah, if I ever had a pet peeve of paint tool side, I'd probably have to be this. I don't like that at all. How the line would just get to like really small point right there. That's much better. You guys got any more questions for me? I know I told that pretty long story to you guys and everything, so. Oh well, this is my first time live streaming with a microphone. I've been live streaming before, but I'm gonna try to do it more frequently. Probably this early as well, because I keep sleeping in so much. I need an excuse to actually get up early and do something. the internet community would do that. But why? Like, from what for? I don't get you. What's something you think you don't you're good at drawing, or I can't read it. Why are you typing like that? For you, that's what's easy or hard for you? Portfolio website? I have my portfolio website right now, but I have to update it like a lot because there's been a lot of illustrations and character designs that I've done, but I've been too lazy to put it in my website, and I should probably update it one of these days. But it's jazzthefunk.com. It's like my username is jazzthefunk, but just take off Miss. It'd be jazzthefunk.com. You should be able to find it pretty easily. What's easy, what's hard? I guess for now, I realized that that cartoony stuff is what I can do easily. Like, I've been doing that since I was little. Doing cartoons has always been really easy breezy for me to do. Realistic stuff can be a bit jarring to me. I can do life drawing, but it's just like shading, trying to find the shapes and dimensions of, you know, realistic things. Like, if you were to see my drawings, like when I go to the zoo and I try doing animals, they look very flat, and I don't like that. And usually it's because the animals move too much, and I'm like, stop moving. And I'm like trying to remember how they looked like before they moved, and I can't remember that much, so I just make like a pretty flat drawing. I can do pretty decent drawings of like realistic animals if I were to be given a photo, though. If it were in real life, I can't really catch them in motion, honestly. Like, I wish I could, but I can't remember that image in my mind after seeing, you know, something in action. I would need like a recording of it so I can pause and draw it. You get me? But yeah, basically. Oh my gosh, I hate everything put up a new video, and I really want to see it, but I got you guys right now, so And if you guys don't know, if any of you guys didn't make it, if you're watching this and it's like a playback of the stream and you didn't make it, and you want to ask me something, I also have I just made an ask.fm account, and you can ask me anonymous questions there. I guess you don't have to make an account, but I just made one there, and I'm waiting for people to ask me things. So I know I'm not that popular, but if any of you guys got any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer them. So yeah, any other questions you got? Like, I want to answer your questions and draw at the same time, but I still have to learn how to multitask properly. Which Ren and Stimpy question? I believe I skipped over it, and I'm too lazy to go through my messages. You think I have a nice voice? I hate hearing my voice. I feel like I sound feminine to myself, but when I hear a recording, I sound like a boy. Back when my brother had, you know, when his voice was still wasn't mature yet, before it became deep, because he's 15 now. But before it got deep, and we used to have a home phone, whenever my mom would call to check in on us, and I were to answer, she sometimes would mistaken me for my brother. And I'm like, why? But yeah, I don't know, I always feel like I have a little boy voice when I listen to a playback of my voice, a recording and everything. And I don't like that. I hate hearing my voice. I feel like I sound like derp. I don't know. Is it okay if I throw the link to you? Yeah, sure, go ahead. I don't mind looking at your stuff. I'll try my best to give you tips, but even I need help with, you know, putting mine together. I have an idea of what I want to do when I update it, because I really need to update it. My old logo is still up there, you know, the one of just my face, and I have red hair. I've been over red hair for the past year. If you guys don't know, I have pink hair right now. I'm really loving it, but I want to change it really soon again. I'm kind of over the whole undercut style. I want to bring it back to turquoise. I love the turquoise hair. I've missed it. My voice is adorable. It's like I'm the only one who doesn't think that. My fiance thinks that my voice is like the cutest thing he's ever heard and everything. I'm like, how? But I guess you're your worst critic. Guess that applies here. Why do you change your hair color so much? Because I can. I love changing my hair color. It's just a fun thing I like doing. You know. It's just a fun thing I like to do. Ever since I first dyed it red, I really liked it. Even though I'm over, you know, having red dyed hair now, I've loved it ever since then, you know. And it's actually funny because, like, the first time I got my hair dyed was before I started my senior year of high school. Yeah. Sorry, I was fiddling with my Cintiq stylus, and a part popped off, and I was trying to fix it back. Anyway, yeah, back when I first dyed my hair red, it was before I started my senior year, about like 3 weeks before. I was still I was still in summer break, basically. And I had one of my church friends help me dye my hair red. And then I started my senior year at my high school and went through my classes, and everyone didn't seem to mind about the fact that I had red dyed hair. It wasn't until lunchtime that that day, that first day, the exact first day, that the security guard of the school just started pointing me out from the whole crowd and told me to go to the office. And I'm like, okay. And then I kind of talked with the vice principal, and they told me, well, at first they thought I was a freshman. That is a usual thing I get mostly. Not if I'm a freshman, just that I'm regarded younger than I actually am. Like, if you were to meet me, you'd probably think I'm 16. I get that so much. Anyway, so I talked with the vice principal. She thought I was a freshman, and then I corrected her and everything. And she said, well, if you wanna, let's see, if you keep that hair, that your hair dyed, we're gonna have to give you a referral. But if you don't want a referral, you're gonna have to change it back. Well, how do you change back your hair that was permanently dyed? You know? The only thing I could do was to dye it black. And I did that like right immediately. I had my friend do it for me again, and it was just terrible. I was really disappointed, because like, why does it matter? Like, I do get it's a rule. I do understand that. But why? You know? Because they keep saying that it distracts students. Well, your students must be pretty, you know, easily distracted if you're gonna impose that rule, you know? I don't know. Well, I got it dyed black and everything. And it's the funniest thing too, because when I started working with Think Together for my work study when I was in college, because I needed a job then. I needed some way of making money when I was in school. And I applied to be a tutor for Think Together, which is like a after school program thing. And I was assigned to go to my old to my old high school. And I'm like, oh great, I can see my old teachers there and everything. I go there, and there's a lot of, like, you know, there's a lot of kids there with dyed hair. And I'm all thinking, right after I graduate from this high school, and now they're lenient with hair color. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I could have kept my red hair. But, yeah. That was what kind of really disappointed me. Because I see all these kids, and they're, like, free to have their hair color now. And I'm like, if I were a bit younger. But, it happened. It just happened. There's no way of, you know, going back and changing things, but yeah. Let's see how much of this I have to get done. This line is actually kind of getting in the way. Let's see. No respect. Let's see. I want to change the music to something else. Oh my gosh, I feel bad now. I haven't replied back to my fiance yet. I have a small crowd in total from all my streaming sites. Only 6 are watching, but you guys are lucky. What am I looking for again? Any other questions you guys have? Can be random, but not too random that I just answer with I don't know or whatever. You guys ain't got any more questions? Let's see. I want to change the music because I keep putting the planets every time I stream. I just love that classical movement, I guess you could say, so much. But I'm pretty sure that you guys would be pretty tired of it. Unlike me. Do I like space? Never been to space. So, yeah. Any animated movies I've watched recently? Recently? Well, I've actually recently watched that one, Captain Underpants. The first movie just 2 Fridays ago with my mom. It was pretty interesting. It was fun and cute, but it was pretty cool because this really cheap $1 theater that we went to see it to, they just got new seats and everything, and I got too comfy there watching the movie that I started looking in my phone in like for any notifications in my social media and everything. We were in the very back too, so we didn't really bother anyone. There was hardly anyone in the theater, so. Symphony number 5. I'll keep that in mind. I'm trying to look for new classical pieces as I can, especially really great ones. I love classical pieces. What do I put? Maybe one of my let's see, let's try a different genre. Possibly on shuffle too. Yeah, it's in a shuffle. Any more questions you guys have? I think the cleanup is done already. What do you guys think? Should we move on to Photoshop? something for you to draw. Does anyone have another suggestion to do? Or you guys want me to go ahead and in Photoshop and you guys can watch me how I color? I'm not sure if any of you guys stuck around at my last stream on Saturday night. Kind of gave a small rundown of how I color, but it's pretty difficult to understand through the playback after the stream, because I didn't have my microphone then, but now I do. So do you guys want a small rundown of how that works? So tell me what you done with me. Tell me what you done with me. So tell me what you done with me. Oh, tell me what you done with me. With me. Tell me what you done with me. Okay, so that's saved as a PSD file. So now let's move on to Photoshop. What do you guys think? Is it easier for me to have the microphone? It'd be easier. Alright, I'll do that then. As soon as Photoshop pops up, and there we go. Okay. It'll take a bit of a while though. All you do is talk. Can't you tell you cast your spell on me now? Hit me with your kiss and I stand talking to your body like we got too much to say. You got your powers over me, those powers over me. I'm going under, yeah. I'm going under, yeah. You got those powers over me. There's one thing you to keep on going under. I'm going under. Hopefully it'll be much easier this time. Okay, so let's open Let's see. How is the music to you guys too? Is the volume balance good? Let's see, maybe I want to do this illustration with no lines. Let me put this. Let's fill this layer with white. Who is my art hero and who is my art enemy? Let me see. I have many art heroes. My art hero, I guess you could say, would be, you know, probably, well, of course, John K. There is also Glenn Keane. He's super sweet. I met him once in 2012, the first time I went to CTN Expo, which is like a professional convention for people in the animation industry. And I got to meet him and show him my work and everything. And he's super sweet. He's really sweet. He's like down to talk to anyone if you catch him. He's the sweetest person ever. If I were to ever catch him again, I would try to talk with him again. You know, probably get some pointers from him and everything. But yeah, Glenn Keane is awesome. There's no denying. Art enemy. Really disliked an artist or style. I don't really think I have an art enemy, unless there's artists out there, like copy-paste artists. One that I've noticed and I've like seen people talk about recently is the Adam Ellis comics. And yeah, I definitely see how that's like really, really bad art, because the expressions are the same thing, or he reuses comics. You know, I find that, you know, shameful. I'm like, there are many artists out there that are so creative with their with storytelling and expressions, and yet this guy gets off easy, makes easy money doing the same thing. Like, all the characters have like this dead fish eye look. It just looks so copy pasted. There's no effort. I don't appreciate work that has no effort. It is art. I can't deny it is art. Pretty much anything that anyone makes is art. But I guess it's just, you know, subjective. And I don't know. I don't really like his work at all. Like, until I've noticed that, you know, his expressions looked all the same, I just gave up. Like, oh, okay then, whatever. Let's see. So we're gonna start on the coloring right now. That is a good one. Oh, why did that keyboard pop up? Alright. So some of the brushes I use most. Okay, that's a good layer. I want to start with this with skin. So I usually divide up my... What webcomics do I read? I don't read that much webcomics, to be honest. I just stumbled upon Adam Ellis's, like, when I was on Facebook. His comics would pop up all the time. But I don't really read webcomics all that much. I might try it too, but for the most part, I'm like usually occupied with things. So I don't really have that much time to watch TV shows or read webcomics or whatever, or even read regular books. Unless it's Rick and Morty. I have to watch Rick and Morty episodes when they come out. But other than that, I'm usually just occupied on Twitter, trying to see what social justice issues are going on there. And just drawing, basically. Trying to come up with new ideas for my personal project with my fiance and everything. But getting back onto this right here, I usually divide up my layers by different parts, especially if they're the same color. Like for this example, like the skin, it'd be pink, obviously. Now I just color everything that would be the skin. And then whatever's over that, I would put over. The skin would probably like cover up any messy scribbles and everything. So here, I'm gonna do the skin first. I have so many brushes here. You can see how many brushes I got here. But lately, I've been getting so much into the Kyle's Paint box. I don't know. I actually don't know how you pronounce this type of paint. Gouache? Gouache. I'm just thinking it's that. But I've been getting mostly into these lately. And I've noticed a lot of industry professionals use these brushes too. More in particular, brushes by this guy. He sells them on Gumroad. They're really useful brushes. I know many people in the industry that keeps using these brushes. And I love them. I really love them a lot. So let's see. That's definitely white. They're very painterly. I really like that about these brushes. See, this turned off. Maybe the opacity put a little lower so I can see what I'm drawing. I see. I need the character himself so I can get the colors right. Here, maybe this will work. No, I didn't want to go to the page. I'm sorry, like I know I put shuffle, but I can never last shuffle. I can never last putting shuffle to my music, cause then there's songs I'm in the mood for. Let's see. No, stop. I'm gonna have to use my mouse. Okay. Copy image. And then now here. And what? I can't paste. Why? I was able to do this yesterday. View image. Maybe this will help. Copy image. Paste in place. This should help a lot with the coloring. Just put that on the side there. Let's put it here. So it's not in the way of everything. You guys are too quiet now. Speak, please. I want something more painty here. See, I need my lazy Nizumi. If you have Photoshop and your lines get really jaggedy, because I can understand that. I had a hard time drawing in or doing digital art in Photoshop because there's not really a line stabilizer in Photoshop, so you're gonna have to buy one. And Lazy Nizumi, I think, is really, really reliable. Let's see, there's mine is not here. So I usually, where's my massive? So then I use this. Do I enjoy color theory? No, I don't. But you're gonna have to know it sometime. If you're wondering why I'm going outside the lines and doing this, it's so I don't miss anything. You'll see what I mean. Let's see, his gloves are yellow, so I can skip that. Let's see, the coloring process might take a while, especially when I'm doing no lines, because I'm trying to be precise. I think my fiance's around. At least he tells me he's on the stream now. Let me see, let me turn it back on to subtle. I'm trying to keep it under the wraps right now because I don't want to spoil anything. It's like this big story my fiance and I are coming up with together. Although I think I can give you guys a little gist of what it's about, but nothing too spoilery about it. Tell us about the foxes. I'll try to, but I don't want to give away too much about it. So basically, it's this story that me and my fiance John are coming up with together. Basically, think of it as like, how would you think of it? Think of it as a more, like a simpler version of Doctor Who, but set in a retro-futuristic world where, let's see, the whole universe, I guess I can talk about the universe. What we're planning is that it's the future. There's no such thing as humans. Animals have pretty much kind of evolved, so to speak, to become, to become the humans of this world. They're anthropomorphic animals. They're like the new people of the universe, so to speak. Since humans are not around, all the animals of the world kind of, gonna have to keep thinking about this because we're still developing the whole idea. But basically, animals have kind of, how do you say, replaced humans after, after the whole demise of humans because, nuclear war and everything. And they started, moving to other planets, different settings and different planets and everything. Earth is kind of, left alone. Earth is, like, completely, abandoned, so to speak. All the animals, all the characters have moved on to different planets and such. And this whole story is centered around Mono and Jazzie. And what happens is that Jazzie kind of runs into Monochrome, and she's on the run from Lexi, that one bounty hunter character that I also draw here and there. She's the villain in this idea. I'm probably pretty good with my plan. I hope so. Like, I want to explain myself well, not make our plan too outlandish, But we're trying. There are some shows out there where they don't need explanation, or like no one cares about explanation, just about the whole situation at hand and everything. I'm not sure if I should do that with our story or anything, because I keep hearing like a lot of shows getting what is it called? Criticism for not explaining the universe or whatever. But That's what I'm trying to do. Spoil the ending for you? No, I'm not spoiling the ending for you guys. It's basic. It's a concept for a series, basically. Because we have so many ideas, we have many stories we want to tell with these characters. Because these characters are basically my fiance and I. Basically me and John. And they're kind of like, they're just adventures that we would like to imagine ourselves in. So we just do it with our characters. And it's actually funny, because now I'm telling you guys, the whole concept pretty much started from the very beginning when we were bronies, and we wanted to do the same thing for our pony characters. But too bad, we're not bronies anymore. We kind of, you know, we moved on from My Little Pony. And then I asked John, like, how about we do our whole concept thing, but instead we make it foxes, and we just change the whole entire thing. And he's like, yeah, sure, let's do that. And that's where it kind of moved from there. I believe that was the winter of 2013. So I'm guessing that's when it officially started with the whole fox idea. Yeah, you remember those, right? Oh my gosh. All those old drawings in my old new fad Zaj DeviantArt account. You can see a lot of my old art of me and John as ponies in that old account. Okay, so that is done. The skin is done. Now let's do the suit. That is like the biggest thing there. Pony babies. Now is that in the same thing? Here, I can fix this. Cut. There we go. So now this is its own layer. So now let's go over. And it didn't put my label. Suit. You know what? I don't even think my music is on shuffle. Yeah, it's on repeat. Put it to shuffle. This is something. Even if I should be singing fast, still love you now. Let's forget about our stormy past and let it go now. Yeah, still. Let's just give ourselves this one night. Forget about the things we do. I'm still yours until sunrise. I'm getting up on you. Let's just give ourselves this one night. Forget about the things we do. come on. Look at all the things we do. I'm still yours until sunrise. I'm giving up believing you. Let's just give ourselves this one night. Forget about the things we do. No, don't leave. Alright, if you have to. Hopefully I'll still be here until 12. Who knows, maybe I'll be able to stream again later. Seven of you are still here. Are you enjoying the stream? I'm glad. There's 7 viewers, but only 2 of you guys are commenting. Let's see, how many viewers do I have here? Like that tattoo on your shoulder, pull the sheets right off the corner of the mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. We ain't ever getting older. Ah, and John's here too. My babe is here. Please say hi to him. You look as good as the day I met you. I forget just why I left you. I was insane. Stay and play that Blink 182 song while we beat to death in Tucson. Okay. I know it breaks your heart to move to the city in a broke down car. And 4 years, no calls, and I'm looking pretty in a hotel bar. And I can't stop. No, I can't stop. So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford. Like that tattoo on your shoulder, pull the sheets right off the corner of the mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. We ain't never getting older. We ain't never getting older. We ain't never getting older. So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford. Bite that tattoo on your shoulder, pull the sheets right off the corner. never getting older. We ain't never getting older. No, we ain't never getting older. We ain't never getting older. No, we ain't never getting older. And that's a wouldn't end the mornings in your bed. Starry eyes and fading lights, waiting for the sun. You told me you would be here tonight, would be gone. And after everything, we're strangers again. And we're strangers again. We're strangers again. Did I miss a sign running all around my mind? Your voice becomes a memory, fading like a dream. Waking up to an empty bed, we're gone. And after everything, we're strangers again. We're strangers again. Let's see, do you guys still have any questions, or are you just still watching me color? Here, you'll see what I'll be doing. Let's see the suit. What is my favorite cake flavor? It used to be red velvet, but now it's tiramisu. Do you know what tiramisu is? No? Tiramisu is like this fancy schmancy cake that tastes like coffee, or has like a coffee taste. It's one of my favorites now. I don't care for any other cake. Or maybe cookies and cream cake, but I don't have that very often. Like, from not often to not at all. But I hear it's like really good. But it's just tiramisu right now. I already got over red velvet. So I'm gonna do the logo now. Maybe. Will the wedding cake be tiramisu? You know what? I would really want it to. But it'd be pretty pricey because tiramisu is a really good cake. But if it needs to, I'll make sure that it'll be that. Here, maybe it'll be much easier. I'm back. Sorry about that interruption. My mom just called me to check up on me. But it looks like John is back too. Yeah, his computer crashed. He messaged me about that. Let's see, you guys have any more questions for us? Either me or John, although John may have a bit of a while answering since he doesn't have a microphone. You give me hands of stone and they can hold anything you're going through. Oh no, it's never fun, never too much for me. It's never too hard, never too tough. And one day you'll see I got a heart of steel for you. You guys are being quiet. Give me something to talk about. No, don't leave. My viewers are going down. Please, please tell friends, get people on the stream. Just filling in the blanks now. To the gloves. that little piece there that was showing up. Your computer really sucks, John. Let's see, who else is still on the stream right now? You guys got any more questions for me? It's too quiet, and I'm almost done with this thing. Uncomfortably, then why don't you get off it? Okay, so I guess now is the lining part. Now I know that I said that I was making this line list, but there's a reason for that. Here, let me just fill in the, because you see here, because I used this brush, there's some parts that look kind of faded. Let me see. Why is it blue? Oh, I forgot to do the hooves. That is what I forgot. Really quick because I forgot that. How are you guys doing there? Okay, now let's try. Yeah, I'm still here. So now let me put all the colored pieces into one layer. Let's see. Layer 4 is gonna be the lines here. So let's get started with that. I still need the finished cleanup here. So now I'm gonna start with the body color. I'm gonna go shades darker. There you go, you can see that. I'm gonna change my brush to detail round. That's good. And then I'm gonna go massive here. Okay, that's good. So I'm only gonna do lines within the drawing. This one, and then make this shade darker.
Took one look and now you stare at me the same. It took one look but you play me like a game. I can see. It took one look and now you stare at me the same.
Let's see. You think the mic sounds good, John? Is it nice and clear? Okay, now the gloves. See, I'm almost done here. How does that look to you guys? Maybe make this blue background. So that's what I mean by lineless. So if you could guess, you see how the edges here have no line? But I outline within within the character. So it looks kind of vintage like. And I like that kind of art too. But I have to be more precise with these, because if you notice, let me see if I can open my expression sheet that I still have to finish for Jazzie. You see I'm using lines here. This is not lineless. These actually have lines on the edges right here. So I don't have to be as precise when I'm doing it with lines, because you see, if I were to do this lineless, I would have to clean all this up here. I would have to clean all that up. You guys get me? Also, the lines are kind of make it easier for me, because then I would have to fill in all this stuff, which the black covers up, you see. So everything looks more precise with lines, but you don't know that underneath it looks all like really messy, because I'm only following the lines. But over here, it takes more time for me to make lineless drawings, and because I have to be more precise about how I do the lines on the outside. So that's what I'm gonna change with my commissions. Like, if people want to get lined drawings, lined commissions, it'll be cheaper than me doing lineless, because when I do lineless, there is a lot more thought to it. I have to be more precise. I have to be more attentive to all these lines, make sure that they're nice and crisp. So, you want a quick rundown of the shading process again? I can stick around till 12:30. I have 12 more minutes left. I'm gonna keep on reminding, I always will be there for you. Don't close the door, we're losing what we're fighting for. It was one of the kind that I'm sure. Don't say it loud, we'll get it from the silence around. Okay, so hopefully I just got your reply right now. So it may be a bit laggy on your end, but I'll give a quick rundown of what I explained on Saturday. Now that I have the microphone, I can directly tell you and my viewers, you know, if they're gonna look at this stream after this stream is done, how I do my shading. And maybe, who knows, maybe I'll set aside time to make a separate video, like a more elaborate edited video of how I do this. So here, let me see. I'm gonna put this layer above lines. Yeah, that has nothing. That's a new layer. Or you know what? Put lines above it, because I don't want lines to interfere with the shading. So you put the lines right above that. Okay, so this would be shadow. You see, I labeled that layer shadow right there. So then what you do, you don't have to change the blend mode right now. You can either do that whenever you want, either before or after you fill the layer. So let's see. I usually choose pink. I really like what pink does to my shades. It makes it look more vibrant and more alive, so to speak. So I got pink. I already got it there. And so we just fill the shadow layer. Have shift 5. And you see, like I explained to you, it's not a clipping mask yet. And what's important about the clipping mask is that whatever you put as the clipping mask, whatever is below the clipping mask would focus on. So that's why I have all this group. That's why I have all these layers grouped up. Because all those pieces, it's like a puzzle. You put all the pieces together and it's all one, right? So now, whatever the clipping mask is, whatever's below it, all that content, all the content that is there, all the puzzle pieces will be influenced by that clipping mask. Get me? So now, okay. So now let's make it the clipping mask. Whatever program you use, Fire Alpaca, Medibang, Paint Tool Sci, Photoshop, almost any painting program except Procreate, sadly. Let's see. Any painting program should have clipping mask. Unfortunately, Procreate does not, and I use that a lot. You know, I love the brushes in Procreate, but they do not have clipping masks. So now we put it to clipping mask, or in this in Photoshop the shortcut is Control Alt G. So see, now that whole layer is focused on that one group with all those puzzle pieces together. So now you go to the blending modes. Blending modes, I don't really know how to explain blending modes. They just do weird stuff to your layers. You see, that's how darken looks like. That's what we need. We need multiply, but let's look at the other ones. That's color burn. This is linear burn. This is darker color. They're just things that kind of do weird stuff to your what's it called? To your layers, to your current layers, and it always has to do with what's under it too. Like with multiply, it just kind of darkens your kind of makes you the layer transparent, but makes it a shade to it. You get me? Same thing with add. It would kind of make things brighter. That's why you would use add for highlights. Although I don't use it as much, I just do solid colors and shadows. If it's more elaborate drawings or commissions like Disney style or kind of realistic, then that's when I would use highlights. But not cartoons. I don't really think cartoons need highlights. Lighter color, overlay. I use overlay sometimes too. I'll show you that later as well. But right now we just need multiply right here. And I don't want the shadow to be that dark, so maybe, you know, lower it a bit. So that is our shade right there. That is if something super huge is like right in front of this character and just covers him up with the shadow. You see the difference? So now, if you want to, you can keep a swatch of the shadow color on the side. Maybe make a new layer like I just did. Just keep a swatch on the side here, just in case. You'll see why. And then you get the white color. You get white. Don't use eraser because that'll make it kind of messy. It's better to use white. And then what I do like I kind of make an outline. That's a different layer. An outline here. Maybe I need to. Kind of make an outline of where you want the light to hit, right here. There you go. That's where I'm thinking all the light would be at. And let me take it down to subtle again. Still a bit too big. Here, let me see. What was the... What was the one I was just using? I think it was this one. Yeah. You just kind of fill in. Kind of watch where you're going to. So if you were to ever make a mistake like that, color a place where you want it to be shaded. That's why I put the swatch here at the side. You just use the eyedropper and then kind of put it back there. Yeah. And then back to white. Yeah, it's really satisfying. You don't know how satisfied I get seeing like the shade and the real colors of the character kind of go together. Cause it just does it by itself. Multiply, it just figures out the colors for you of how the shadows would look like. And again, this works with almost any painting program that is like for, you know, more elaborate artists, not like Microsoft Paint. I doubt they'd have this kind of feature. But it makes it heaps easier for you to, you know, to do digital art. I mean, you can even ask Autodesk Sketch. I don't know. I haven't used Autodesk in a long time. You can see maybe they do have blend mode somewhere, but I can't remember honestly. I don't really like Autodesk Sketch. I'm more comfortable with Paint Tool Sai and Photoshop. And give a little texture on the edges there. Yeah, I like that. I'm pulling my way, yeah, go. Call me anxious, call me broke, but I can't live this on my own. Pulling my way, yeah, go. Call me anxious, call me broke, but I can't live this on my own. Pulling my way. Go. Call me anxious, call me broke, but I can't live this on my own. I'm pulling my way, yeah, go. Call me anxious, call me broke, but I can't live this on my own. Pulling my way, yeah, go. Call me anxious, call me broke, but I can't live this on my own. Pulling my way, yeah, go. Call me anxious, call me broke, but I can't live this on my own. Pulling my way, yeah, go. Call me anxious, call me broke, but I can't live this on my own. Almost done with this. Let's see this. I forgot this little dot here too. And there you go. There's your shading right there. Oh gosh, John, you're always like that. So how was that? Was that helpful to you? Or whoever's out there? Is anyone out there besides John? What do you think? Should I put this in my red bubble? An obscure character. Oh, John, you're centuries behind. My fiance is really behind on the stream. He's like commenting on everything late, like super late. John, you're the human version of Internet Explorer. No, that's fine, Jonathan B. It was a really good suggestion. It was a good practice for me. I needed to do more fan art like this, even if it's an obscure character. Who knows, maybe I might use this for cons when I start going to cons. So I guess we're done here. I'll try to do more streams often. Probably tomorrow we'll do the same thing if I'm fortunate enough to wake up again at the same time. Because this time I actually woke up at 7 and I actually feel good for once. And usually I would wake up at 10, but hopefully I'll keep it consistent and keep doing 9 o'clock streams for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this whole thing. So, and those of you who are coming to the playback stream when this one is done, I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. So yeah, I'll try to do this more often, and thanks for coming to the stream. You're welcome, Jonathan B. Alright, bye.